Yep.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Blair Township Board of Trustees regular meeting, October 8th, 2019, to order. Please stand for the pledge. I
We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Blondheim,
Here.
Campbell,
Family emergency. Absent.
okay, Zeitz,
Here.
Fitzpatrick,
Here.
Felice,
Present.
Kucherov,
Here.
Wolfgang,
Family emergency. Absent.
okay.
Brief public input. Seeing nobody here from the public.
Pretty thin out there.
Nate, that would be your turn.
Oh.
No, he's gonna fill in Grand Traverse County Commissioner's report. No public input. Approval of the agenda.
I would make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Yeah, Nicole, yeah. Okay, you
There's
talk first.
been motion and support to approve the agenda as presented. I would like to, you guys, under new business, the park ordinance number 112. I would like to actually pull this off the agenda because the ordinance that's in our packet still needs some critiquing. And we're going to schedule a Parks and Rec committee meeting. So I would like the Parks and Rec committee to actually look at this ordinance, make the corrections, and then bring it back to us. So I'd just like to take that right off the
Okay.
agenda for tonight.
I still approve it with that deletion.
Okay.
And also, under announcements, the correspondence, I'd like to talk about the road show for the Michigan Township Association on the road show at Crystal Mountain from last week.
Yeah, you can.
I can do that, okay.
Yeah, we don't have to add that.
Moved by Fitzpatrick, second by, who did it? For the agenda,
You second?
Yes, I did.
thank you.
With the removal of item C. It's been moved and supported to approve the agenda with removing item C, park ordinance 112 amendment. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Declaration of conflict of interest. Anybody have a conflict tonight? Presentation and special reports. Our county commissioner reps are not available tonight, but we have a special guest. Yeah.
Good afternoon or evening, Nate Elger, County Administrator. Thank you for letting me be here. I've been at this job just over a year, and I've been trying to hit all the township meetings on a periodic basis just to stay in touch and give you some updates from what county administration is experiencing and ask you if you have any questions of county administration. Not that the commissioners can't do that, I'm sure they do a great job of it, but we have a lot of things that are going on in the county that I thought you may want to know about. One is our complete count efforts. We had a training that Blair Township was represented at. Quite frankly, I was a little disappointed in some of the efforts put forth by the Census Bureau for that meeting. So we are going to be wrapping back around to reach out to the townships to make sure that the townships have a firm grasp of what we are trying to do as a committee. There is funding available for nonprofits to engage at-risk populations. So if you know of a nonprofit in Blair Township that you think would be willing to help capture vulnerable populations that are subject to not being counted correctly, please let me know that. We have roughly $1,800 per pupil that is captured from federal dollars through pass-through, and that's per year for the next 10 years. So that's a pretty significant impact on our county. Any questions about the complete count? The next thing that's occurring right now is with our airport. The NRAC has appointed an advisory committee to help move it from its current governance model to an authority authority potentially. Last month, the governance committee agreed, kind of in a head shake vote, to continue a recommendation to the NRAC board, who oversees the airport, to continue towards an authority model under Act 95. So it's going to change the way that airport is governed potentially. That is not the last step. The NRAC has to agree to that in concept, and I think they will. Once that happens, they will make a recommendation to the Leelanau County Board of Commissioners and the Grand Traverse County Board of Commissioners. And then the two commissions will have to study that and determine whether or not that's in the best interest of Grand Traverse County. Mostly what the changes are that are important are funding. They can purchase and sell property. They can move faster than government can move, and they will control their own zoning. So there may be some concerns about that. So if you have concerns or questions about that becoming an authority, please let me know. TIF 97, we spoke at MTA last Thursday. Carl was there to hear a presentation about the city's extension of TIF. That, if you don't know, was an agreement back in 1997 that captured a certain amount of, that's a very small area downtown that captures countywide TIF. Townships don't pay that directly, but you do pay it through the county capture and as well as the village capture. So I'm going to guess that your citizens, when they voted on the Veterans Millage and the Senior Center Millage, that they were not thinking that a part of that millage was going to go to a very small area downtown. The County Board of Commissioners has passed a resolution last week opposing the extension of TIF 97 and asking the city to discontinue TIF 97 at its conclusion date, which is not until 2027. The reason this is ongoing now is the city wants to start looking to bond projects, and they have to have that revenue stream coming in the future to pay for those bonds. We believe that the city can pay for the parking deck without the use of TIF, but just depending on who you ask, they feel that dollar for dollar, either the money belongs in the city or dollar for dollar it doesn't. So there's a lot of opinions about it, and for me, the board has resolved to oppose TIF, and we presented that fact to MTA. The city, on the other hand, has been to MTA as well and has put forth their best argument for the extension of TIF. And
Nate, how much do they receive?
So countywide, under TIF 97 for 2018, I believe the capture was about 600,000 annually, and that, if it goes through 2027, I want to say the number was 800,000 estimated at the end of the period. So there are things that we could do. The county government provides a lot of services, and there are things that we could do with that funding. Now, some people would say that money was never the county's, right? So the county, back in 1997, they were earning a certain amount of money on taxes. So anything above and beyond that is TIF generated, and we should never have been we would never have been receiving that money had we not done the TIF. So I'm not sure that's quite there. Some people believe Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. Some people think they were going to come anyway. So our tax revenue is increasing about 2.8% a year. So people are coming here. So that's TIF 97. Any questions about TIF? Again, I'm not making a position either way. I'm just repeating what the board's resolution was as of last week. And we do have some numbers that are concerning. It's a lot of money that could be used for county services. And tomorrow we'll be presenting our budget to the Board of Commissioners at 8 o'clock in the morning. If any of you are awake and want to come, you're more than welcome. 40.5 million-ish in the general fund budget, just over 71 in the complete governance budget. So we're really excited about that. We're not using fund balance. We have a $7 million payment going to MERS, which is 1.1 million more than what we are supposed to be paying per our agreement. The board has really made it very clear that that is going to be something that they have to make a concerted effort on, and they are doing so. So we have provided a balanced budget that includes no reduction in services, no cuts, no employees are gonna lose their jobs, and we have built into that budget a cost of living adjustment. We're gonna continue with the HSA plan. So the county is pretty steady right now in terms of their finances, so we're very happy to see that. Any questions? Carl?
I do have the handout you gave at the meeting. Was like how much money was kind of taken away from commission aging and this. If anybody would like a copy, I do have a copy. I can make a copy of it for you. Okay? Good.
And that was our treasurer's reduction of that, and I trust our treasurer with those numbers.
I like your treasurer.
I like our treasurer. So, well, thank you for letting me come, and I'm gonna go see Union Township as well, so I hope you have a short meeting. You enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Nick. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good to see you.
See you in a week.
Oh, George. What? Music is up.
How's everybody doing? The Blair Township Community Police Report from September 2019. My personal statistics: arrests 1, citations 5, complaints 57, traffic crashes 6, warrants attained 2. I didn't have too many citations. My computer had a mess up with my printer and it wouldn't print for a long time, so a lot of people on accidents didn't get tickets, but they were very happy. So I said, my printer's not working. They were like, yes! On August 17th through the 21st at Stein Motors, a utility trailer, a brand new utility trailer was taken right next door, like 75 feet, literally because their parking lots connect, at Geo Furnace on the 10th. A 28-foot 2016 like really new Jayco camper was stolen. It wasn't repoed, I checked. And it belonged to the owner or one of the administrators there. And then a week later at Alta, they had a large piece of equipment stolen. I think it was a truck frame, a whole very large truck frame. So Michigan, the state police handled that one. But, so somebody's stealing at Jones Corner, obviously. We don't know who. What's that?
George.
Yeah, big stuff. Yeah, I figured that out all on my own.
Fine job, upstairs.
On September 16th, one of the contractors, who I've never met, he said he was a contractor. He had other equipment, like a trailer full of other equipment, building and stuff. So I assume he was a real contractor building stuff. He tried to steal $1,500 worth of stuff from Menards. He parked the cart full of a bunch of stuff. You know how you go through the little garden area, and then he went back and hid it, like near the concrete, like the concrete you take home. And then bought some stuff in the yard so he could drive his truck and trailer back there. And he went and got that cart. So, yeah, he wouldn't admit it though, but the prosecutor's office has authorized a warrant for him. Also on the 16th, I took a sexual assault of a juvenile in our township. It's alleged the suspect's been abusing this person since they were 9 years old, or since 2003. It's a long investigation. I just turned it over to the prosecutor's office today. I also located 3 other victims from another family that this person had. 3 other stepdaughters that are in their 30s now, so a bad person. More to come on this. Break-in unsolved, the Grit Shop, which is that place where you can go and practice softball indoors across from Blair Elementary. That was broken into. Nothing of value was taken, but some damage was done. The pitching machine has a lot of damage to it, so. We have pictures of the suspect, but don't know who he is yet. Hopefully we'll put it on Facebook. I've asked my lieutenant to put it on our Facebook, but he hasn't done it yet. But he's great.
Is it a clear picture, so you can really make?
It's not a clear picture, but he has really big hair. There's only so many people like that in our county. And you can see his clothes, like sometimes you put a little bit of this and a little bit of that together, the shirt, purple shirt and everything, so.
Oh,
If you were his mom, you'd know who it was.
yeah.
Any questions?
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Matt.
let's keep it rolling.
So far, it's been easy for the report. So far, the report's been easy. Let's see how it goes now. Andy Meyer, Grand Traverse County Road Commission. On October 14th, we're having a special meeting for the board to consider possible select some of the solutions along the along the Hammond Road corridor. Also on the agenda is review of location of crossings over the Boardman River. We're looking at more of the east-west mobility corridor information. This is going to be presented by our staff, our engineers, of what they believe to be viable options.
When is it?
October 14th. I don't remember the time. I'm going to say it's 7 o'clock. It could be 6.
I think it's 6. Yeah, it's 6.
I think so.
It is. Normally there's 7, but this is a special meeting. It's 6.
What time did you say?
6.
I didn't. Nicole said 6.
Where at?
Same place as always at our office. Up on, at our office up on top of the frame.
Okay, okay.
We had a public hearing on September 26, 2019 for 2 different items. One was changes in our right-of-way permit and procedures as a result of the Ironman. We didn't have the same issues that other areas did, but we wanted to change how some of our stuff was handled, and we approved that, as well as procedures for allowing private utilities in the county road right-of-way. We approved a policy on that. There was a little bit of contention on that from some folks on what would happen if it was abandoned. Our policy now says it goes back to the township. I guess apparently the law also says that. Weird. We also had the county administrator, our deputy administrator came in and discussed potential changes to our agreement that we have for the Boardman Dam removal. There's a pollution insurance policy that we had, that the county had taken and named us as a secondary insurer or additional insurer. They wanted us to say it was okay to drop that because all the construction is done. They also wanted a change in some of the verbiage on there that would basically say that we no longer want to hold the county responsible for any damage that's done as a result of the removal of the dam or the construction portion of the removal of the dam. It's all lawyer talk and everybody got flustered during that discussion. We're gonna skip over Stadium Drive, and that's what we have now. Just kidding. Stadium Drive into Brownfield project. This is the part I don't like. I'm here to tell you guys that right now the road commission the board has voted that we are not comfortable with the $500,000 or just under money being forwarded by the road commission because of some potential snags in the reimbursement because of who some of the property purchasers may be. Like say Beta buys it, they're not gonna pay taxes, so therefore the Brownfield won't capture the taxes. I'm hoping that we'll reevaluate or revisit this. I have no promises on that. I think it's bad. I personally believe that we need to work with our partners the best we can, but we also need to look out for the assets and the road commission finances as well. I think we need more information before we can move forward in a slightly better presentation. The deputy administrator was slightly frazzled by the time we got to this. Eaglehurst subdivision, we approved money for $132,728 for Elmer's to do a special assessment there. And we're looking at doing our fall road tour in a slightly different way this year. We're looking at adding some small discussion groups at our office with different elected and appointed officials, in addition to the continuation of the video, the drone videos of the different projects that we've done. I'm just a messenger. Please don't shoot me. Any questions? Please watch the video. I fought for you guys the best I could.
I was there for 4 hours.
Oh,
2 hours we're talking about PVC pipes in the road.
Yeah, I was there.
Like 3-inch PVC pipe. It's not really PVC.
So what happens now with funding for Stadium Drive?
We're working on coordinating another meeting because the County Road Commission last October, October 25th, 2018. Andy made a motion, it was supported in a vote to go into a partnership project.
Correct.
With the Road Commission contributing 25% of the cost, the township contributing 25%, and the developer contributing 50%. So, again, we're gonna revisit that. 'Cause I think by the time it came up, this dam, the Boardman dam removal insurance policy, that was like an hour and a half conversation.
We didn't get to the consent agenda for 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
Look at your agenda, ours is very similar,
Yeah.
3.5 hours to get to the consent agenda.
yeah. And
Oh, my goodness.
the deputy administrator was the one that were talking to the commission about the dam removal, and he got pretty beat up.
I felt bad for him.
So then Stadium Drive was next, and he had no presentation. And so the information was put in front of the road commission, and it was like, yeah, it's $489,000, and you're gonna have to pay for it all, and you may or may not be able to capture any reimbursement, which we all know now, it's because, so we're working on
Potential
having another
purchases by
meeting and actually
non-taxing
putting
authorities.
the facts, the numbers, the correct information, giving it to a couple of the commissioners. Mac McClellan will be there and revisiting it, because,
I think it was just I think that the presentation and the timing of it, we were already ready to be done at the meeting.
Right.
I mean, it was probably 3 hours before we got to that, 2.5 hours. It had been slightly heated discussions on other issues, not bad heated, just
yeah.
passionate about doing what we believe to be the right thing, and by the time it got to this,
And Matt
There-
couldn't be there.
there's always gonna be one commissioner who is gonna oppose any kind of brownfield, TIF, any of that.
I was
and-
just disappointed that I felt like none of the road commission members had done their homework and actually looked and said, okay, we're gonna revisit Stadium Drive. A year ago, we had a motion in support, and we are entering into this partnership project. But again, it was just that it was intense, that's a good word.
And the
It was an
way
intense
information was
meeting prior to
presented-
this topic.
The way information was presented,
Correct.
I had a difficult time. I knew as a board, we had agreed to go forward with the project, but there was a slight change in the presentation, the information. For example, one of the pieces of property was presented to us that it may no longer be purchased by, or it may be purchased by somebody who is not a taxing authority, or is not taxable. So therefore, the odds of getting our money back that we put in, the odds that you guys get of getting your money back, and the odds that the developer get of getting their money back decrease as a result of that.
Understandable.
So hopefully, we can look at it with calmer heads.
Yep.
We can get all the information. I can't say it's gonna change the outcome of it. Because we're a 5-member board on one person. And we have to, as a board, as you guys do, look at what's best for the organization that we're with. And if we can partner with you, I believe, with minimal risk, I believe that's something that good governor, I can't talk, I'm still on vacation in the UP. Governance
Yeah, got
is.
it. Yep.
And I think we've had a good relationship up to this point. I hope that we continue to have a good relationship, even if it doesn't go through. Because we've got to do what we've got to do, you've got to do what you've got to do, and we've got to continue to move forward with other things that we can do together.
We have had some development happen though, based on the August 25th board motion, county commissioners motion and support and approval of Stadium Drive becoming a county road and entering into that partnership project. Therefore, developers moved forward on some of their developments. So throw that in the liability concern over a 3-inch plastic sewer line and who's responsible for what. Just saying.
You know where I was.
I know.
Watch the video to see where I was. on this
Right,
whole
all
thing.
right.
Any other questions that don't have to do with beating up the road commission? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Andy. wait, yeah. Wait, iron removal plant is up and running. We've had no problems, knock on wood.
Knock on wood, yes, sir.
I know. The mechanical loop and the vacuum relief valve have been installed, they're working, the pipe was painted, it was inspected for leaks. Programming issue that was causing the plant to overpressurize during a backwash cycle has been fixed. The flow totalizer and HMI screen is fixed in the plant. Valves have all been adjusted. Pressure gauges for pre-treatment, post-treatment, and differential pressures valves have been ordered and shipped. The original gauges were damaged when the system was overpressurizing.
Yep.
So the last payment will be sent out when those new gauges come and get installed. AVI they replaced all the compression fittings, copper soldered fittings on all the airlines, and they actually moved them back behind
Made a lot more
pipes.
sense, yeah.
Yes.
Neater looking job.
Yeah, so it's good. We're good so far.
Excellent.
Treasurer's report was in our packet. Announcements and correspondence. Township Cleanup Day. We collected 225 compacted yards, so literally half of what we did in our spring cleanup. So fall has been a little bit less than spring, but to me, at half shows me that our 4 township cleanup days that we have done so far since we've been in office has made a huge difference.
Absolutely.
And we only had 3 roll-offs, which is half, again, of what we normally do, so
We're
we're
doing
getting
something
there.
right.
Huh?
We're doing something right.
That's right. Township newsletter submissions, Tracy would like them by November 2nd. The fire department's annual Halloween party, they are always looking for volunteers for cookies, set up, door, pizza, popcorn, juice. And I just want to announce, probably one of our county commissioners would have read this, but there's going to be a public hearing on the cost of the establishing the lake level and the special assessment role of properties within the special assessment district for Silver Lake, located in Garfield Township and Blair Township. This public hearing is going to be Thursday, October 10th, 2019, from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Charter Township of Garfield, located at 3848 Veterans Drive. To hear any objections to the project costs associated with the establishment and maintenance of the lake level for Silver Lake and the special assessment role created pursuant to section 30714 of Part 307 Inland Lake Levels of Michigan Natural Resources and Environmental Protection Act. If anybody would like to view or receive a copy of the special assessment district boundaries, project costs, or the special assessment role, you may contact the Grand Traverse County Drain Commissioner at the phone number and email listed above. Two 231-922-4807 or slargent@grandtraverse.org. All other documents related to the determination of the normal lake level for Silver Lake and the establishment of the special assessment district for Silver Lake may also be viewed online at www.grandtraverse.org/drain. This is dated September 26, 2019, from Stephen Largent, Grand Traverse County Drain Commissioner. Oh, I copied you one earlier. Okay, Cooch.
Okay. Last week, I went to the Michigan Township Associate on the Road Regional Meetings at Crystal Mountain. And to me, I am glad I went. First started out, our new executive director, he introduced himself, explained the history and all that about why you want to be in public service. That was great. And then Judy Allen did Under the Dome, which gives brief things about all the House bills, the Senate bills, and all that. Wow, I laughed because even at 10 o'clock in the morning, she's giving the presentation. Things changed at 9:30 because, of course, the state budget just got approved, and then the governor is vetoing everything else. So, but it was still good. It was talking about the mining too. Okay, they have a problem with the mining, where on the sand and gravel mining, preemptivization, Senate Bill 431 eliminates existing limited authority, diverts ability to manage impact, allow basically wherever nature resources. They want to, they actually want us to tell Wayne Schmidt to oppose it because they're taking the rights away from us. They're saying, okay, they need the gravel, we need the gravel for roads, and they're just gonna go, just mind it. So that routine. They also had about House Bill 4389, 4391, PFAS firefighting foam. They want to change the rules, timeline of draft rules and impact on public water supplies. Nonpartisan elections, nothing yet. Even the MTA hasn't said yes or no, so we may still be running Republican or Democrat, whatever. Also talking about disabled veterans property tax exemption, which I think is good, but we lose, so they'd like to have the state refund us the money. We need to get the money back, we lose the money. Also, things on the horizon about certain nonprofit property tax exemptions. Some things are nonprofit, but you really look at the books, it's not nonprofit. Also exemption for solar array. And there are some other ones too. If anybody's more interested, there is, I do have this, okay? Now, in the afternoon, they had breakouts. And I went to 2 of them. I thought it was good. We talked about the board working on a common goals and not against each other, learn strategies for leading agreements, about intended outcomes and obstacles, and tips for working together, and a team focus on the future of your township. Also, as planning for the future, learn how to create policies and processes, procedures through community engagement, and set the township on a positive path for the future. What would you want to be known for, and what projects can you do to make a township great, even when you step down? Be more proactive, do more than just attend meetings. They also talked about administrative policies, what you must do and what you should do, and all that, and what the legality is. Last, of course, April, the MTA annual conference here in Acme, Grand Traverse Resort. It'll be about neighbors serving neighbors. That's what their theme is. Yay. And I think it's, to me, it was a full day there, but I think it was fantastic. And I think if anybody's got free time, I think with any other board, if it comes up, I think there's another one coming up this spring, it's well worth it. It is well worth it, so. Okay, that's it, thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
Thanks, Coach. Consent calendar. The purpose of the consent calendar is to expedite business by grouping non-controversial items together to be dealt with in one board motion without discussion. Any members of the board may ask that any item of the consent calendar be removed and placed elsewhere on the agenda for full discussion. Such requests will be automatically respected.
I make a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Support.
I would like to pull the emergency services report at the request of the director. Still
Yes.
second?
Yep.
It's been moved and supported to approve the consent calendar with the exception of the emergency services report. as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So since I wrote the report, we attended a meeting up in Leland. If you remember, we got in at the last minute of a regional request for SCBA valves and air packs and masks. August, we set the money aside for our match percent. Chief Parker and I went up to Leland, met with the group, everybody involved, which was Blair Township, Leland, Lake Leelanau, Northport, and Cedar. And the grant was officially awarded. The full amount was awarded, which with FEMA, sometimes they only award partial amounts, but they received the full amount for $348,300. Blair Township's portion will be $93,813, or that's the total amount. Our match portion will be $9,631, and from that we'll receive 15 CBA packs, 15 additional cylinders, and 6 additional masks. There's a little bit of a difference from when I presented in August. I look back because the official quotes are in now. One place dropped their bid $18,000, and one place dropped theirs $12,000 from the original estimate. So I think that's what made up the difference of what we thought would be in August. So I just want to point that out to you.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yes.
Chief Bessam from Leland is the one that wrote the grant. He was also Dean Bessam, a part-time employee. So if you see him, say thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Number 10, unfinished business, none. New business. A, fire department budget amendment. Since we have sold the old fire truck, we need to amend the budget. And we'll need to change the budgeted amount for the 205-000-673.00 sale of fixed asset from 0 to 20,000.
Then I'd like to make a motion to change the budget amount for 205-00-673.00 sale of fixed assets from 0 to 20,000. Is that right?
It's been moved and supported to change the budgeted amount for 205-00-673.00 sale of fixed assets from 0 to 20,000. Roll call.
Okay, Kucherov,
Yes.
Blanchet,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
The treasurer department budget amendment, item B. As Tracy, well, you saw her report, looking through the revenue and expenditure report, professional service expenditures were already over from the BSNA, the yearly maintenance fee, and we have 2 tax seasons to process, also the yearly maintenance fee for the special assessment program. So she is requesting to transfer $3,000 from contingency 101-101-790 to the treasurer's professional services 101-253-801 to cover these future expenses.
I'd make a motion to transfer $3,000 from the contingency fund, 101-101-790-000 to the treasurer's professional services for 101-253-801-000 to cover the future expenses.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve transferring $3,000 from contingency 101-101-79.000 to the treasurer's professional service 101-253-801 to cover these future expenses.
Please,
Yes.
Longshein,
Yes.
Kuchera,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz.
Yes.
Item D, reappointment of George Lombard to the ZBA. Last month, reappointed him to the Planning Commission. He also sits as a rep on the ZBA. So we need to reappoint him, and his term would be ending 11/30 of 2022.
I make a motion to reappoint George Lombard to the Planning Commission with a term ending 11/30/2022.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to reappoint George Lombard to the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term ending of 11/30/2022.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Zeitz,
Yes.
Please,
Yes.
Kuchera,
Yes.
Longshein.
Yes. Item E, outstanding water bill request. You guys all got a copy of the letter that was addressed to us. And Lisa and I did some research, and I'll let Lisa speak first on this.
Well, going back to, I'll go back as far as last summer. Last summer is when his bill really went up. It wasn't solely for the frozen pipes and the meter replacement. He had done a whole bunch of watering in 2018, to the tune of like 60-some thousand gallons in the month of July, which put his bill way up. And then he again did watering this summer, and combined with the fact that he's only made 3 payments since October of 2018, you're gonna end up with a big bill. It's not based solely on the frozen pipes.
My feeling on this, initially, and I personally know this person. He's been a township resident forever. He does have a medical condition, and so my first thought was, oh my gosh, he does. He's got a serious medical condition, and the frozen pipes, and oh my gosh. So my first thought was, we need to figure out how to help him. Well, then Lisa printed the history register, and I went all the way back to 2017. And payments just simply have not been made. Yeah. So I had to put on my professional cap and say, to make an exception for this guy,
Yeah.
we have, I don't have it in front of me, but right now we have like $98,000 in outstanding water bills. So we made an exception for one. So I'm prepared to make a motion, and I hate to do it, I really truly do, but to deny this request to set up a special payment plan with somebody who's really only made about 9 payments in 2 years. So I guess that's my motion is.
Support.
Is there any
Is there any reason that
discussion?
he can't make his payments? I mean, does he not have enough income or anything like that?
I got the same letter you did.
I mean, in your research, did you discover anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he clearly doesn't work full-time, he's clearly on disability, but when I look at the payment history, and then the water usage history,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
was
that's-
last summer,
Yeah, that's the something.
that's 19, I'll tell you.
Well, and then he
In
watered
July,
again
it was
this summer.
63,000 gallons, August it was 23,000 gallons, September was 17,000 gallons. But then in the months when he said that his pipes froze and he lost all of that water and that's what racked up the bill, if you look at those months, it was normal use,
Normal usage.
yeah. So, yeah, it's September.
What's his normal?
6,500, that was in May. 2,200, April, 2,900, March, this is during the time. 900 in February. So I even tried with Lisa, I'm like, well, 63,000 gallons, he had to have had a leak somewhere. But when you look at the monthly history, it's, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. In the winter months, it's normal use, 2,000 gallons, 2,300. Yeah, he's just.
Well, and some people do that when they first get the water, they get a big bill in the summer and then they stop watering. I can't count how many people have said that they're not gonna water their lawn anymore because the bills are too high. And they say it like it's a threat, I'm like, okay. But he did water last the following month, but 23,000 and then 17,000, and then did it again this summer. So when you know that I mean, the 63,000, that was a $367 bill. Yeah. You get a bill like that in the mail, you're usually gonna stop doing whatever caused that, if you can.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and like I said, as much as I wish we could, I just, Lisa just gave me this today and looking at,
Because if you were to just look at the letter, you would say, okay, we can maybe work on this, but with that background.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, we have motion and support.
Okay. To deny, correct?
Mhm.
Are we ready? Please?
Yes.
Kuchera?
Yeah,
Zeitz?
Yes.
Flanschein?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I will make a phone call to him, or even just go over to his house this week and talk to him. Take the history register, explain why it's like, how do we
Yeah.
try to help you out here when you've made one payment in
Mhm.
9 months? I mean,
yeah, Nicole, you said you know him really good?
I didn't say I know him really well. I said I've known him for a
Oh, you
long
know
time.
him?
Who he is
Okay.
for a long. He's been a
And
township
it was-
president.
It was brought up to me today too, maybe he could go to get help from either Father Fred or something, or
Yeah,
he needs.
that's what I'll
he-
suggest.
Yeah, he needs something there, but you're right, but like you said, you don't wanna press,
Yes.
present, because like you said, even there's delinquent amounts right now in the water, it's over 138,000, so yeah. You'd hate to do that, but you're right, he needs help. But you're right, like you said, he wasn't paying before, so who's gonna say he's gonna pay again? It does need help somehow.
Yeah, I'll talk to him and try to help him figure out a way to, without me paying for it for him.
Next time.
Oh. Yeah. That's it. Extended public input.
I would like to put a thanks out to Chief Parker for doing the 9/11. I thought he had a good program. I just wish we'd had a little more people show up.
I think it was the weather.
Yeah,
I think
do.
it was-
I do too.
I mean,
but-
I know I had family that was coming over from Acme, and not knowing how many people, because it was so widely posted, they didn't come because they thought there might be a possibility that they would have to be outside,
Yeah,
because, I mean, that was a nasty storm.
Yes, it was.
Bucket.
I think there was less this year than we even had last year, but I really.
Oh, there was a lot less
I
than
think-
last year.
I
but-
really think it was the weather.
But
Well, last year was held at the time in the morning too. The 9/11 memorial with that fire truck here. And to me, I went to one in the morning because to me it symbolized when the same time, okay, the 10 or whatever, on that, and not nighttime. And then of course then you talk about supper time too. So-
I figured it'd be a lot better in the evening because of people would have been, a lot of done
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
that couldn't be in the morning, they could do afternoon and
Yeah.
evening, but it didn't, so.
I thought it would have been a good thing to bring kids to, because they would have been out of school, because there are so
Yeah.
many kids that, weren't even alive during it, but they're hearing about it in history class now.
And I wouldn't have to eat so many cookies.
Thank you for helping.
That, you just reminded me, Raj. I wanted to do a big thanks to everybody that helped with Township Cleanup Day. And especially huge thanks to our resident volunteers, and our employees. Lisa, Jennifer,
Me.
you're not an employee. Jake.
I am
thank
too.
you.
Trustee is an employee, part-time employee, no benefits.
Jake. Not Lynette, she's an employee as well.
Oh.
We as a board
Gotcha.
endorse this. But thank you, Coach. But I did say thank you to everybody. But
Yes.
a big, huge thanks to our employees, Coach, that volunteer their time,
Yeah.
I wish
On
we
the
could.
who
same
don't
day.
receive a salary
Yeah.
of any sort.
I wish we could stop so many
Well-
people setting stuff by the side of the road though.
We're getting there.
Oh, I know, I did.
Nicole, I gotta bring some up, you're talking about salary. You do know, if I did nothing, I still get paid the same amount, you know that.
Yeah, I know. That's all I have. Any other public input?
Yep, we got public input out there, yeah. Come on up. I don't know how public it is, but.
Came all the way from Texas to give it.
My name is Bill Van Vetten. I have property in section 6. It's zoned as a residential neighborhood. In the spring of 2015, a long-term family cottage was sold outside the family. The first thing that happened was the cottage was made into a vacation rental. And a travel trailer was placed at the shoreline for supplemental income. Now this travel trailer is basically, the whole thing is within 23 feet of the high water mark of the lake. I was told when I built my house, the one thing I wanted was to keep it 50 feet from the lake, and I believe that's still current today. Anyway, in early 2015, I notified the zoning administrator. She came down and looked at it, the trailer remains. And at a board meeting 2 years ago, I notified this board, and Ms. Bonchine said she'd look into it, but it's still there. I wrote every member of this board a letter in the spring of this year, March, I believe, and it's still there. And I had included 2 pictures of the trailer. I mean, there's water almost under it. Maybe it'll float away, I hope. Okay, so also, in May of 2019, your new enforcement officer, probably one of the first projects he worked on, he came down and looked at it, made an agreement with the owner that, well, it'll be taken care of in due time. Well, I can vouch that, I want to report this to you, that at 6:10 this evening, the trailer was in place where it was placed in the spring of 2015. Anyway, we've made acquaintance with some people that came up from Detroit to retire. And they had a realtor showing them around, and he says, you don't want to go to Blair because they do not enforce their zoning. You know, I think you're driving good people away in regards to this. I'd like to see you do that. Because when I built in 1972, like I said, the only thing they told me, 50 feet from the lake. I said, well, how about electricity or plumbing? They said, well, REA's down there on 14th Street, and there's E&J Plumbing, you know, down on the bay. That was it. And today you've got a, you know, zoning. I know the township members paid a pretty good penny for that. What good is it if you don't, you know, enforce it? So, I just want to let you know this. The trailer is still there. And I've been five years trying to get this thing out of there.
Bill, did you say it was brought in 2015?
Yes, it was.
Here's a little summary sheet of what we put together that highlights some of the ordinances this violates there right now.
Let's get one from here.
And it was placed 27 feet from the shore.
I'll show you.
Within
Do you want me to go
23
over
feet
that?
of the shoreline, the whole trailer.
Is
Septic.
they violate
I know.
side
This
ordinances
is a
as
travel
well?
trailer.
Okay.
And in addition, now 2 lots down, you know, everybody looks around and says, oh, 2 lots down, we have a man, he's bringing a travel trailer for the weekend, and he's done one better. He's got REA to hook up you know, electricity on a meter, and when he comes up, he's got an electric cord, plugs in. So, and there's also a, in the zoning that says a travel trailer is not supposed to be occupied overnight. And if you have a travel trailer on your property, you're supposed to pay some kind of a fee, and you can only keep it for 4 months.
4 weeks per
For
year.
4 weeks.
If you don't,
4 weeks
if
per
you
year.
don't
4
own it,
weeks.
if it's not
4 weeks in a
owner.
month. Yeah, right. Okay,
Property
so
owner
anyway,
doesn't own it.
it's been there a while.
So like if you wanted to park it on my property then, but if you owned it,
I could have it forever.
You can have it
as
there.
long as you park it in the rear or the side yard and not, none of the setbacks is what it has to
Well,
be.
And this
That's-
violates the side setbacks for his property too.
Yeah, Jerome was just mentioning today.
Yeah, well,
And
good.
he's
I hope-
not done anything and isn't gonna unless somebody
Unless
really
we push
asks
him.
him to do
Mhm.
that. And we really insist that this ordinance be enforced.
Well, anyway, I wanted to mention this to you, and it's just getting to be frustrating to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Appreciate
You
it.
have to come all the way to Texas just to see.
Well, we would like to see it not become, you know, we'd like to have it be a nice area, and there's a really nice trailer park very nearby, and having a travel trailer in personal lots just takes away from the ambiance of any neighborhood.
That's the other thing. Section 6 has Silver Shores, a mobile home park. And the first time that the residents found out about that is when they heard bulldozers operating. And then in 68, had permission to put in Holiday Park. And they had permission to, well, I shouldn't say this, but they had permission to dredge the lake bottom to make it better for swimmers, and they also hooked up that little island to make a peninsula. That was in November of 1968. In July '69, I have received a letter from my dad saying, well, we had a point out in front of our place. We had a little fire, you know, a little pit, a barbecue pit and all that kind of stuff. My dad says, I think I've mowed the point for the last time, true, because the water's come up probably 3.5 to 4 feet since it's completely covered the peninsula. And that's what they're talking about with the water. We need that drain. Because the water's not up as high as it was in '84. But it can come up higher without a drain.
Any more? We done? Meeting adjourned.